So hello there, welcome to Damien's Trains and Travels and welcome to the video. And this is another McDonald's collection review video which features 10 Paddington Bear toys. These came out at McDonald's very recently, and as you can see from this poster here, they're out till the 3rd of January, so you can still get them if you haven't got them. I've managed to get all 10 as you can see here, and there was also 2 books as well. And these are very similar to the Paddington Bear toys that came out at McDonald's last year in August. So there was 10 of them, and each one featured Paddington dressed up as something else in a different profession, and all the boxes look very similar in them ones. However, if you look underneath, it does tell you what type of Paddington Bear toy was included inside the box. And of course the Smurfs, they've came in these boxes, and again very clearly labelled because it tells you which one's inside. And the same with the Mr. Men toys that came out 2 years ago to celebrate the 50th anniversary. But these 10 toys of Paddington Bear all feature Paddington again, but he's dressed up as something different to do with Christmas, and I really like these. And if I had to pick a favourite, I'd say that these 3 here were my favourite ones. I particularly like the fact that Paddington has a Christmas jumper, and as I've got older I think it's fair to say that that's something different that I've noticed. The Christmas jumpers, and maybe because I work as well now, Christmas jumper parties, very popular this time of year. And all of these Paddington Bear toys have a tag on them, and again I remember that as a tradition from when I was younger and now as well. The Christmas presents having Christmas tags on them saying obviously who they're to and who they're from. But these tags all have something different. Obviously Christmas is the season of goodwill, and Paddington makes no end of mistakes, but he means well and is a very polite and kind bear. I think it's fair to say. That the original stop motion version of Paddington was my favourite one. So Paddington was made with a puppet made using stop motion, which is when you move the puppet frame by frame to create movement to make it look like it's moving by itself. The same techniques obviously been used with shows like Wallace and Gromit and Noddy that I used to enjoy watching. And Paddington was made so like had a puppet figure of himself, and all the other characters in the original stop motion were made with cardboard cutout, which is called cutout animation. Again, when all the cutouts are made frame by frame to again create movement to make it look like it's moving by itself, like a stop motion version. And again, South Park, which isn't really a children's show, was also used to be made using the cutout animation, but is now made using computers. Paddington Bear has been out at McDonald's a few times over the years. He first came out in 2001, but he wasn't by himself. He was joined by a number of other children's favourite characters. So Noddy, Postman Pat, Captain Pugwash, Sooty and Sweep. So a number of characters you can see here. There was 18 of them altogether. And then another 4 years later, in 2005, he came out again with 5 other children's characters that are very well known at the time. Each one of them had a book and a character. Same with Paddington, but he had his suitcase, which again he's very well known for, which says PB, his initials on it. And they came with a load of postcards. So obviously the theme of this particular one, 2005, was like a reading one. And like I said, he was out last year as well with 10 different toys. And these ones are all slightly different. Obviously these ones are Christmas themed ones. And I've seen a lot of these on social media, and again where I work somewhere different now, but where I was working, these were on the Christmas trees, they've got little hooks on them. And again, the Mr. Men that I got, that I spoke about in a previous video, they all had little hooks on them as well, so if you really wanted to, you could hang the Mr. Men up from the Christmas tree as well. The Mr. Men are of course all very, very colourful, so they could be used the same as well. You may or you may not know as well that I'm a very big fan of the sitcom Only Fools and Horses, one of my favourite shows, and I think it's a shame it's doing anything like that anymore. But one thing that's worth noting is that in the very, very first episode of Only Fools and Horses, you can see Grandad actually watching an episode of Paddington Bear. And also, it's quite funny, there's a bottle of tomato ketchup on the table, which is one of my favourite things, and I guess I like tomato ketchup a bit like how Paddington Bear likes marmalade. Paddington Bear has been a favourite of mine since childhood. This is one of my very first toys that I got. It's actually a rattle, and it's got Paddington with a red coat, And I have seen different styles of Paddington over the years where he's got a different coloured coat and different coloured hats. But I think it's fair to say that he's more well known for having a blue raincoat and red hat the most. The animated version that I remember watching when I was younger, which I really, really liked, he had a blue coat and a black hat. And I've seen Paddington dressed like that several times. And you can see one here on a charity box when I went to the Heights of Abraham in 2010, which was 13 years ago. So, yeah, Paddington's always been part of my childhood. And Paddington Bear actually turned 65 years old this year. The first book came out in 1958. And in 1957, which was the year before, in the Thomas the Tank Engine, the Railway Series books, as they were known, not Thomas the Tank Engine, but the Railway Series, the books, Paddington was referenced by Duck, the Great Western Engine. Duck used to work on the Great Western Railway, and there's several references made to this, and he mentions Paddington Station. But like I said, 1958, the year after Paddington Bear, the books come out, and Paddington first met the Brown family at Paddington Station, where I have been many times, and the real actual Paddington Station in London that say I have been to many times. There's a statue of him there, and Isambard Kingdom Brunel as well. And there is, if you're down the far end of the platform, if you've not been there before, there is a Paddington Bear shop as well, which has got lots of Paddington Bear merchandise. But offering you a bit of friendly advice, obviously being in London, watch the prices, because it is quite expensive in there. You can probably buy the items cheaper elsewhere as well. But I've been to Paddington Station many times, mainly when I've been to the Didcot Railway Centre. But these are the 10 toys that I've got of Paddington Bear. Here's a better look at them all. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you have a very Merry Christmas, or shall I say a very Merry Christmas.